Hello. Um, yeah, the world is currently hell, or worse than it. Anyway, now I'm just gonna tell you more horror stories from the last 20 years, some of which happened literally last year, while the enemy was pretending to have a peace treaty and surrendering. That's the type of stuff they continue to do. And by the way, oh hey, if anybody's scared about this righteous all male race war against the inferior males of 5 nations, don't worry, you guys deserve it, and the rest of all humans, including, look at me, I'm literally a white male from one of those races. I think the world deserves, something good finally. And that's the absence of all you inferior males. I want to point out the obvious. I have people from all over the world talking to me. Originally, pretty much all of their jobs was to sabotage me, get me killed, and to get me to make propaganda. This isn't bullshit. I'm immortal. There isn't anyone who can kill me, and they get killed when they try. And now I got guys with guns also watching my back. So, double security. Anyway, my point is, I expect there to be plenty of men and it to be verifiable. I don't know if there are good dudes of any of those nations by the end of all this. So don't worry. A lot of my information against China is from some Chinese guy. A lot of my information against Russia is from some Russian guy, and I are talking about myself. Same with Japan, same with America, and nah, I don't have any German friends. Oh shit. Um, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So this is from a Chinese person. This is how I got this information. So don't be angry at regular Chinese people. My point is, if I'm going to do this all male race war, which I'm currently starting, and I think everybody's going to like, um, everybody knows I'm a supporter of Jesus, and I love love. I pray, usually at least once a day. You don't have to if you don't want to. Um, and if I were to, for example, genocide or kill some farmer or sweatshop worker who's a man in China, Jesus would reincarnate and anally rape me with my own severed micro in my own hell on earth for all eternity. Okay? Jesus wouldn't put up with that. The thing is, there are so many men of Chinese, Japanese, Slavic, Russian, German, and different whites that are still attempting to take over the world and use my name. So, sorry, good guys from those nations. You're gonna have to, tough through this and protect all your women because they aren't, all these men are clone rapists. They spend the last 20 years making clones of my sister I was always wishing for and mutilating and raping her instead of having a nice guy have a sister. That's why there's an all male race war. And if you're one of the good races, sup, bro, sup, homie, sup, all other dudes, including good white dudes. Yeah, there's there's going to be a lot of options in the dating world in the future. It's going to be less of a sausage fest, less of an Aryan and Asian Aryan sausage fest. Anyway, so yeah, now I'm going to tell you some information I got from a Chinese let's say, hero at this point. And please keep them all safe, because this is true. Regular Chinese people, they don't want to be associated with these New World Order. Um, yeah, so I'm not even trying to be offensive. In the future, let's say all males were genocided. That isn't going to happen. But to help yourselves in the future with how aggressive this might get, if you're a Chinese or Japanese woman, just call yourself Asian woman. I'm a Russian Slavic. Ew. I call myself a Slavic male currently. And if you're a good Asian dude or a good Russian Slavic male, besides me, have yet to ever meet one in my life, simply call yourself Slavic or Asian in the meanwhile. Because it's the unforgivable men in your nationality still attempting to take over the world, and yes, they are also in America. There's original Nazi goose steppers still in America. You know, the guys that funded Hitler, started World War II, helped start World War II with the other. You get it, everyone was in on World War II, and the ones in America who had a part in it are still trying to say they're in charge of America. So anyway, here's some the Chinese did while they were getting tortured with advanced technology. The Chinese have a large population of people, men, who start out life mutilated. When they're born, they're literally mutilated and turned into eunuchs. Okay? And then this isn't meant to be funny, this is the easiest way to explain it. They're Sith masters. You know, guys who do have penises, who are basically they're slave owners. They turn these mutilated victims into slaves. And then the guys who do have penises, some of them aren't even Chinese, Slavic Russian, Japanese men, and more. I'm sure the German Aryans love to do this. They treat these mutilated Chinese guys who never even had a penis as slaves. Okay? So, yeah. And what do they make these slaves do? Body snatch women and children that they make them do. As in, hey, you don't have a penis when you start life. We're going to torture you for all eternity if you body snatch these people. Look, some of them have penises, some of them have vaginas. That's how you get a penis or vagina. So the ones that did that, I don't have much sympathy for, except I already know they don't have a chance at life. That sounds as if it's an even worse life than the sweatshop or farmer who doesn't get paid his entire life. Oh, and the most offensive part, these factions that do this already have the technology to give people penises and vaginas that work. So this part's very tragic. Because it's so messed up. I'm just saying, please don't target body snatch people. If they're women, if they're dudes, kneecap them or take them down. Don't kill them. You can make it aggressive and detain them. There's a lot of body snatched women that are literally mutilated individuals from China whose only choices at life were get tortured indefinitely or inhabit somebody else's body by people who mutilated them and already had the technology to give them working sex organs. So that's why there's currently a race war against goose stepper males. Once you do stuff that I just described, you're officially a goose stepper or a goose stepper supporter. Anyway, this is how unforgivable this stuff got. And there still isn't any verification that it's stopped. They've throttled my internet since I'm now talking about this. They've literally don't want me telling the world what's happening, but a lot of people already know. So this is just me telling someone's story. There's this very cute girl. She's a weebo. What does that mean? That means she loves Japanese and Asian culture. A lot of people and Americans are weebos. It isn't supposed to be offensive. It means they love Asian culture. Usually Japanese only because that's what they know. There's a lot more Japanese art in America than there is Chinese art. Either way, there's this nice white weebo girl, very, cute and adorable. You'd want to open the door for her whenever you could. So she's a white woman that's already pro-Asian culture because that's her favorite stuff. You guys know how I like hip-hop. I like pretty much all genres. But her thing was Asian culture, anime, all that cutesy stuff. Yeah, a lot of people like that, and a lot of it I also like. So she was already a white woman who was pro-Asian culture. So why was she targeted and body snatched by a mutilated Asian to then, you know, support Asian culture? She was already a white woman with free will from a different nationality that was supporting Asian culture. Now, she's dead, doesn't have any of her memories, and some mutilated Chinese person has inhabited her body. So this is when I stopped feeling sympathy for the person that inhabited her body. However, I still feel sympathy for all the other mutilated victims in China who haven't done this yet or haven't been forced to do it. Please, person who body snatched that woman, never get her killed, never do anything sexual with her body, and if you end up dead, please leave her DNA so we can try and clone her and bring her back in the future. Please never kill yourself. Going after the men that made that happen, but you are a war criminal. And that isn't it. Once they already did that to this white woman, they sent her one of these mutilated men. I didn't know he started out as a man. Doesn't have a vagina yet. What I mean is, they sent one of their mutilation victims who looked more Asian and very androgynous. He or she looks very attractive to be this white woman's sister. And she looks more Asian, and the plan for this was to make it seem as if white women and Asian women like each other and they want to be friends. And the original white woman they already body snatched, killed, and replaced was already doing that naturally because she already liked Asian stuff. So now there's a dead white woman with a mutilated Asian in her body, and her sister, or, the second person they sent is another mutilated Asian whose job is to make white and Asian culture seem compatible and as if they like each other. And that's how this mutilated Asian might get her vagina, or if they want a penis one day. Wow. So first of all, that person, yeah, I want to get you your penis or vagina. If you aren't the one that body snatched the person you were sent to work with, uh, I feel sympathy for that person before she killed an innocent woman. But if you're literally a mutilated person, who they made look like a very attractive woman, but without any sex organs until you do your job, and that's how you get them. Uh, Compared to killing, so it's a measly step in the right direction, but it seems as if they could have just given you your sex organs and fessed up about all the women they've killed and body snatched around the world. This is when they're throwing more fuel on the fire they've already started. That doesn't hurt me, a good, benevolent person. This is literally going to destroy all males from all those races who deserve it. Worse than that, infinite torture. So please protect all women, protect all mutilation victims, and don't do anything aggressive against body snatched individuals, because a large majority of them are literally some of the worst victims to have ever experienced life, and it wasn't their idea. And if you're wondering who's body snatching celebrities, hi, Sith, Germanic, Japanese, and Russian males who want to be Brad Pitt or want to be 50 Cent. And now you are. I mean, you look like them. There's nothing to like about it. The original is most likely dead, or worse. And then there's some trillionaire, clone rapist, child mutilator who is inhabiting our favorite celebrities' bodies without any of the talent. So I don't know why they fought the war, or even fought a war in this way. This way leads to hell on earth. And I'm talking about my all male torture chamber. They currently scared to give me the money I deserve for saving the world, because they know one of the first things I'm going to start building is my torture chamber. So since they're still too chicken shit to start saving the world, that's why this benevolent, family friendly, all male, only 5 nationalities currently, race war is about to start. And hey, I'm a white guy from one of these races that's going to get targeted. I aren't worried. If you can prove yourself and you're a good person, or if it's verifiable that you're some civilian, um, you shouldn't worry about it. You know, I believe in Jesus. You know, I never want to disappoint. It isn't so much Jesus, but it's love. And yeah, if I was a deity, you know how Jesus is basically to me a deity of love, right? I am a deity of love and vengeance. And once I get more and more vengeance, vengeance vengeance is righteous. That's why it's called vengeance. It's good and benevolent. Once I get more vengeance, I think love will feel more good. And it seems as if it's enough. Later, everyone. So, yeah, have a good day or night, depending on wherever you are or what time it is. Excuse me, I burped. That isn't a code for anything bad. Can we please detain and lock up all these male enemies in these 5 nations? Because if we don't, shit, you know how much I like to risk my life when I know I aren't risking it fighting the enemy. It felt fun. Meaning, okay, so if we have to find all of you and drag you to where you need to go, don't pretend as if it isn't going to be so much worse. Later, everyone.